So
Yes, sir.
have you ever had to write the same thing over and over again? Imagine writing your name 100 or 200 times or 1,000 times. It would take a long time and it would be very boring, right? So computers also have the same problem. Sometimes you want them to repeat a task many times. Instead of writing the same code again and again, Python gives us something called a loop. So a loop repeats a block of code automatically. Today we're going to learn about the two main types of loops. One which is a for loop and second one which is a while loop. Okay. We'll also learn how to stop a loop or skip a part of a loop using the break and continue keywords. Okay, so let's say for number in range 5. Number. Alright, for the first part of the for loop, we're going to look at the range function. Alright, so to create a for loop, we use the for keyword. So once Python says this for keyword, it now knows that we're working with what? A for loop. Then we have after the for loop, after this for keyword, we have this name, what you call a temporary variable, of which this name, it can be anything that you want. You can call it it can be any name. This is what we call a temporary variable, right? Then we have the in keyword, right? And then this part is the one that's going to change depending on what you are working with. So for right now, we're going to look at the range function. So we have for our temporary variable and the in keyword. These three are a must when working with a for loop, right? So yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
So you said what? Which three I must please repeat?
This one, the
Which three you said four?
for, and then our temporary variable. It can be any name, any letter, right?
Okay.
And then we have in. So for temporary variable in, these are the three important keywords when working with the for loop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, all right. Okay, I'm going to run the code. All right. So what the range function does is that it just counts. Okay. Okay. Mr. Chang. So today we're looking at for loops. Just a summary. A for loop. We're looking at loops. A loops allows us to repeat. A loop repeats a block of code automatically. It allows us to repeat a task without writing multiple lines of code. Okay, so we just got started. So to create a for loop, we use the for keyword followed by our temporary variable. This variable can be anything, can be any letter. You can even use your name if you want. Then we have the in keyword, right? And then this part is the one that's going to change. So for right now, we're going to look at the range function, right? So if you want to count from 1 or 0 up to 1,000 or 1,000,000 times, we use the range function. As you can see, so what the range function does, it just counts depending on the number that you set inside these brackets, right? So if you set the number 5, it's going to count from 0 up to 4. It will stop before the number that you mentioned. As you can see on my terminal, it printed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope everyone still remembers that that Python starts counting from 0 and not from 1. Alright. So what this temporary variable does is that yes, Mr. Lupako.
Yeah, so it's just to confirm something, but the length check, that one, the length one starts counting from 1, is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. In that length one, do we call it a function? You said it's a length one check, it's a length.
Len, it's a method. Yes, it's also a function.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the range function, it starts counting from 0 and it stops right before the specified number. Right? If we wanted to start counting, let's say we wanted to start counting from 2, and okay, and then okay, let's say, let me clear this. Okay. Then with the range function again, we can specify it, you can tell it that start counting from 2 and end at this value, right? So you will need to tell it start counting from 2, then put a comma to separate the two parameters, the two values inside the brackets. So on the left side, that's why you tell it start counting from this number, and then on the right side, that's when you tell it add and end at this number. Okay, so it's going to on the right side, it's going to end at the digits below this the number that you inputted, right? So when working with a for loop, what a for loop does, it's going to, okay, I'll get that to now looping to something. So what this temporary variable does, whatever that is happening inside this for loop, inside here, is going to be assigned to this temporary variable. Then that's when we print it. After we have printed it, then the loop runs again automatically, and then it overrides this temporary variable and assigns a new value to this temporary variable. I don't know if I was clear. Any questions with the range function? Any questions? Or we all understand how the range function works? Yes, Mr. Toops.
Okay, I don't have a question per se. I just want to really understand this. So we are saying this range, instead of writing a lot of items in the list, we just use a range so that it's more like summarizing. It's summarizing whatever you want to print. Is that it? Because the last statement you said it then assigns a new
value.
that statement.
So what the range function does, it counts.
It counts.
Yes, you use it to count from 0 up to
Okay.
whatever. I don't know which number is the last number. That's what it does.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you get what the range function does?
Yeah, I think it's more clear now.
It's just a counting function. If you want to count from 0 up to 1,000,000 or 1 up to 10 only.
All right. Instead of printing each number, you just use this one.
Exactly.
Okay. It's all right.
Okay, so let me comment this out. Okay, we're going to talk about this keyword, the pass keyword, when we start learning about functions. So for now, you guys you can ignore it. Okay. So Okay, let's say we have our list names. Let's say we have Tadiwa. Okay, Brandon, Kenandi. Okay, so here we have a list. We still all remember how lists work, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Append.
Okay. Okay, let's say we have a for loop for name in names. Print name. Okay. Before I run the code, I want to know if you guys to take a guess. Do you all still remember this print statement, or what it's going to print? The first one. This one. Do you all still remember how to print a list?
Yeah, it will print all the names that are inside there.
Like, it will print them like this or one by one.
It will print them exactly as they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's correct. So still remember that a list stores many values together. Okay. So here we have this for loop for name in names. So do you still see that these three values are the ones that are important? The for keyword, our temporary variable, and the in keyword. These three are a must. So always remember that it's always for our temporary variable in, and then this last part is the one that we are going to change most of the times. So what we're now doing here is that we're now looping into this list. We're now accessing every value inside this list one by one. Last time, if we wanted to access something in the list, we did print names 0, right? Because we knew the type of values that were inside the list. But okay. What if you didn't know those type of what if you didn't know the values that are inside the list? Or what if you wanted to print everything inside the list? You're not going to index everything inside the list because you also don't know how many values are inside the list. So we can also use a for loop to print everything inside the list one by one. Okay, I'm now running the code. Do you see? This is the first print statement. This one, print names. Then Tadiwa, Brandon, Nandi, they all fall under the second print statement, right? So what's happening here? Remember when I said that a for loop accesses everything inside our list one by one. So it accesses everything inside names. When it gets the first value, it assigns it into the variable, into our temporary variable name, right? Then we print it, right? When we're done printing it, then the for loop runs again automatically. It now knows that, okay, I've checked the first I've checked the first thing that's at index 0. Let me move on to the next one. It gets the second value, assigns it to our temporary variable, overwriting the first one that it had assigned before. Then we print it. Then it runs again. Then it assigns the new value into the temporary variable. Then we print it. Then it now runs again. It doesn't find anything. It doesn't find any value. Then the for loop ends just like that. So it's going to run until it accesses everything inside our list. When it runs for the last time and it doesn't find any value, then that's when the loop is going to stop. It won't run. Okay. Do we all understand it, or wasn't clear?
May I understand?
Okay. Yeah, yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
It was clear, sir.
Okay. So for every item that's being accessed by the list, if you want to see it, or if you want to do something with that value, we use this temporary variable. It's the key, is the important piece of the loop if you want to access everything that the loop is looping into. So the loop just takes one item at a time from the list, right? So when there are no more names inside this list, the loop ends, right? Okay. So any questions? Yes, Mr. Dupes.
Okay, just wondering. So the reason why we assign a new name, maybe one of the reasons is that maybe we would need to use names in various places, like in a lot of places. So maybe for the time being, we just use we assign a new name for this variable. Is that correct?
Like which variable? This one?
Yeah, like I don't know much though, but maybe for an example, maybe at some point we want to rearrange the names list. Maybe we want to rearrange like once we did. I think we did yesterday. So, but since we cannot edit this name, that's why we are assigning a new variable name with no s to that. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if I'm understanding you.
You get my question.
No,
Okay. Let me ask this.
Okay.
Let's say we're writing a code. This name, okay, we're gonna keep it there until we run lots and lots of codes. We are not gonna change it at some point, right?
Yeah, no.
Is that why we did this? Is that one of the reasons why we have this for loop thing?
The for loop, it's used when you want to repeat a task, or when you want to get everything inside a certain dictionary. I mean, not inside a certain data structure, and then you want to do something with the information that's inside that data structure.
That data structure.
Yes. So this temporary variable, once you declare it and then use it somewhere in your code, if you now change it, now means that you now need to trace every way where you used it and then change it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that explains what I was saying. What I was saying, that at least we don't change it.
Yes, you don't.
So that it's okay.
So everything
answers me.
So everything that's indented under this for loop, you can use this temporary variable if you want to access anything.
Okay.
So you all
I understand.
Okay. So you all understand how a for loop works. Yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Why is like the for loop, like in the for loop, it says for name in names. I understand names is the permanent variable. Is that like is the variable which is defined?
Yes, names is our list. Here you are telling the for loop that you want to access every item inside our list. So we use the name of the list.
Okay. Why is name? What about for name? Why is the name again? Like, why is it singular? Like, it has no s as well. Why is it for name? What does name mean?
No, because these two can't be the same variable. Can't be the same name. They have to be different.
Okay.
So you can even say for I in names, let me save, and I run it's going to print the same things. So this is a temporary variable. You can call it whatever you want.
Okay.
But it's advised that you use meaningful names that you can remember.
You can remember.
So here we're working with names. So since we'll be printing only one name. That's why I called it name.
And I see. Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Then we have a while loop. Okay. So we all. Oh yeah, yes.
What does pass mean?
Okay. So what pass does? Here, like, we created a for loop, right? So now, if I don't write anything under this for loop, I now get an error.
Oh.
Because our Python expects a block of code. But look, if I uncomment this print statement, my error is gone. But if I comment it out, I now have an error because nothing is written under this for loop. So what pass does, it just tells Python, okay, we declare this for loop, but for now we're not going to do anything with it. So for now, just pass it.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay. So if you declare anything, I for loop, a while loop, a function, and you still don't know what to write inside that block of code, you can use pass. Okay, great. Okay, let's look at while loops. So let's say we have our variable count equals 1, while count is less than or equal to 5, print count. Okay, wait. Alright, so this is a while loop, right? This is an example of a while loop. So a while loop works differently compared to a for loop, right? So a while loop, what it does, it keeps asking, is the condition true? If the answer is yes, it runs the code again. Then it checks again, is the condition true? If yes, it runs the code again. Then it checks again, is the condition true? If the answer is false, then it stops, the loop ends. Right? So a while loop, it keeps repeating until the condition becomes false. Right? So here we have our variable count, that is the value 1, which is an integer, a whole number. Then we have while to declare a while loop. So when Python says while, then it knows that we're now working with that, a while loop. So here we have a count of which is our variable. Then we have our conditions. A while count is less than or equals to 5. Print what? Let's print the count. As long as it is less than or equal to 5, we print it, right? And then we have count again, the same variable, but our now assigning it a count plus equals 1. And we're assigning it count plus 1, right? So what happens here is that every time this while loop runs, is going to increase the value of count plus by 1, right? So every time the code the while loop runs, is going to increase the value of count by 1. So if I run it the first time, it will check count is less than or equals to 5. Yes, it is. Then it increases it by 1. It's now 2. Count is less than or equals to 5. Since it's 2, yes, it increases it. Then it's now 3. It repeats until the value is now false, which is supposed to be 6. Okay. So now when this value becomes 6, that's when the loop stops. Okay, before I run the code, any questions? Yes, Mr. Lupango.
So for the while loop, I've understood that it keeps on running until the condition is false, right?
Yes.
So I didn't quite understand for the for loop, what stops it? Like, what's the restriction for the for loop? Like,
Okay.
This one, yeah. Did you? Yeah.
For a for loop, it's going to run the first time. It sees the first value. Okay, it assigns it. Then it does whatever it does with the code. In this case, print it. Once it has printed that value, it runs again automatically. It sees Brandon. It assigns it to this temporary variable name. Then we print it. Then it runs again. It sees Nandi. It assigns it to this temporary variable name. It prints it. Then it runs again. Then it doesn't find any value. Then the loop stops. It knows that it has reached the end of the list.
Understood, sir. Thank you. Perfect.
Okay. Right, so I'm now running the code. Do you all see what was printed on the terminal? It printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the code ran the first time. Count is 1. Is count less than or equals to 5? True. It prints count. Then it increases the value of count by 1. Then it was now 2. It checks again. Is count less than or equals to 5? Yes, it's true. It runs again, increases the value of count by 1. It changes to 3. It repeats until it hits 5. Right? So when it's now the count, the value of count is at 5. It will check again. Count is less than or equals to 5. True. What it does, it prints the count, then it increases it by 1. It's now 6. Count is less than or equals to 5. It's now false because it's now 6. Then the loop doesn't run. It stops. Then this print statement and this count and then this incrementation, it doesn't happen. Right? Do you all understand how it works?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember that with a while loop, it keeps asking, is the condition true? This is our condition. Is the condition true? If it is true, then the loop runs. But if this condition is false, then it doesn't run. Now, do you also understand the use of this count equals count plus 1? This is a very important line. Do you all understand what's the use of it? Okay, yes, Mr. Dubs.
I think it increases is how it increases by 1 after each count.
Okay,
I don't know.
if I remove this line, What's going to happen?
It's going to continue. I don't know. Continue. I think you said something about continuing to write the thing.
Okay, let's find out. I have commented out this line of code. I'm now running the code. Do you all see my terminal? What's happening?
Yeah.
It's now an infinite loop, a never-ending loop. Since we're not increasing the value of count, that means this loop is going to run forever. It won't stop. So if you encounter this infinite loop, you just press Control plus C on your keyboard to end the infinite loop. So it's Control plus C on your keyboard. That's how you end the infinite loop. So make sure that every time you're working with a while loop, at the end of your loop, you have a condition that's going to set this from true to false. Right. So just in case if yes, you can.
I have a question. My count is not putting color like the one here on your screen. And it's giving an error message.
What error message?
Syntax error.
What error are you getting?
Let me see. Let me run again. Invalid syntax. Maybe you meant equals or colon equals, instead of equals.
Okay, which means you made a mistake somewhere when writing the code, since it's a syntax error. Do you have count equals 1, or do you have the semicolon?
I didn't put that one. That's
so
right.
When working, whenever you see these 4 spaces, these empty spaces, or what you call indentation, always know that at the top of it there's always a semicolon. Python is strict about these semicolons. Right. Yes, Mr. Lopangwa?
I wanted to ask on the issue of indentation, but I think you just explained it.
Okay. Oh, okay, great.
Yes.
So every, for example, like this, this print statement, the first one, it's inside the while loop. It's inside the while loop. But this second print statement, it's outside the while loop because of indentation. So what in this indentation tells Python that this it falls under this block of code. It falls under the while loop, right? And then this one, since it's at the beginning, it's at the start, it tells Python that it doesn't fall under anything. It's independent. It is on its own. Like this is the beginning of a block of code. Okay. Do you all understand?
Yes, sir. But I'm not sure what it's going to print now. That
or the second print statement.
Yes.
Okay, let me run the code.
I think it will print 5. I don't know. Let me see.
No, it printed 6. It printed 6 and not 5. Do you want to take a guess why?
Just give me 20 seconds to think, please.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Lupangwa?
So from what you've taught us, I understand that the while loop, it keeps on repeating until the condition is false. So I think the condition becomes false when the terminal or it outputs, or the terminal shows a value which is greater than 5. So that value which can be greater than 5, I think, is the integer 6. So I think that's why it prints 6.
Okay, now question number 2.
Yes, sir.
Why did it only print 6? Since we are printing this count, why didn't it print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Why did it just print 6? Because this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they fall under this while loop. They fall under this print function.
Well, I think that it only prints 6 because that's the new assigned value to the variable count.
No.
And also, okay, maybe to answer you, I think the fact that you said it doesn't fall under the block of code under for the while loop.
So that means remember that Python starts working from top to bottom. So it waited for this while loop to finish before it could run this print function.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you please clear your terminal and try to run it again?
Okay. There you go.
Okay, sir.
Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember that Python starts from top to bottom. So it waited for this while loop to finish. After this while loop finished, that's when it moved on to this print function. That's why it only printed 6. Because when it executed this print function, the new count value was now 6. It's the one that set this condition to false. Okay. So any questions? So no questions. Okay. Let's look at the break keyword. Alright, so we have a for loop for number in range, let's say 1 to 10. If number equal to let's say 3, break print number. All right, here we have a for loop with the break keyword, right? So for number in range, start counting from 1 and end at 10. If number equals to 3, break print number. So remember that the break keyword, it stops the loop, right? It stops the loop, right? So then we have this print statement. If I run this for loop, which numbers are going to be printed? Okay, let me change this one to 5. Which numbers are going to be printed by this print statement? Okay. Yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
So, yeah, I'd like to try. I think it will keep going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it goes above 5, I'm not sure.
Okay, what's going to happen here is that Python will start counting from 1, right? Remember that with the range function, the left side will tell Python start counting from this number. and then on the right side you tell it stop counting when you reach this number, right? So here inside this for loop we have this if statement. The if statement is checks is number is this is the number is if number equal to 5. If the number is equal to 5, break. What this does is that it stops the loop immediately. Once the number reaches 5, it stops the loop. It doesn't care that we told it to stop counting when it reaches 10. It doesn't matter anymore because of this break statement, right? For us, we have a for number in range if number is equal to 5, but we're not running the code. Python is seeing 1, then it sees 2, then it sees 3, then it sees 4, then it sees 5. It doesn't see the word number. Okay. Do you all understand before I run the code?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'm now running the code. Let me comment this out. There. See, you told it start counting at what? 1 and stop counting at 10. If number is equal to 5, break. Right. So when Python says the number 5, it breaks immediately. It doesn't continue. So here it printed a 1, 2, 3, 4. Because why? For number in range 1 up to 10, if number is equals to 5, break, right? So the number was 1, which means it wasn't equals to 5, it printed it. Then the number was 2, it wasn't equals to 5, it printed it. 3, 4, it printed them. But once the number was 5, well, then that's when this the break keyword worked. So it saw the break keyword, then it stopped the loop. Then this print statement didn't run. So everything else, it's just stopped because of this break keyword. So break immediately stops the entire loop. Nothing after that is printed. Okay. Do we all understand? Okay, so I will take that as a yes. Okay, so okay, let's look at continue as the continue keyword. So we have for number in range 1, 7. If number equals 3, continue. Okay. Okay. Here we have the continue keyword. So continue is different from break, right? So continue, it tells Python to skip 110, then keep on going. So what continue does when number is equal to 3, then it seals. Then it's going to run the continue keyword. Then when it says continue, it's going to tell Python that skip it and then run the next number. right? So the break keyword stops everything, and the continue keyword, it just skips 110 and then move on to the next, and then moves on to the next number or whatever value comes after. Okay, I'm now running the code. Right, see, it printed 1 2 4 5 6. So this for loop started counting from 1 up to 7, right? This number, it was 1, is if number equals to 3, it's not equal to 3, we printed it. 2, we printed it, then it was now 3. If number equal to 3, continue. So we skipped 3. Instead of printing it, this print statement, it never ran, because the continue keyword, it told Python that since the number is now equal to 3, let's skip it and move on to the next value, which is 4, right? So the continue keyword just skips 110 and then it keeps on going. Any questions with the continue keyword?
That was clear for me.
So today we talked about the for loop, the while loop, and then we talked about the range function, the break keyword, and the continue keyword, and then how to loop over a list. Does anyone have questions? Yes, Mr. Lupankwa?
So maybe please just revisit the range function. Like I didn't get the range 2, 5, that one. I didn't get the range one.
Okay, that's
you can just slightly just scroll back up to the range function.
Okay, let me comment this out. Okay, let me just comment this. So for number in range 2, okay, I'm running the code. Yeah. So here, what on the left side, we're telling Python start counting from 2, and then on the right side, we're telling it stop counting when you reach 5, right? But it's not going to print this value. It's going to stop counting at the value below it. Like you can see, it stopped counting at 4. If we change this to 10, it's going to stop counting at 9. If we change it to 100, it will stop counting at 99.
That's true, sir.
Okay. Do you now understand it?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Mr. Toops, Mr. Changa, do you guys have questions, or everything was clear for you guys?
I went out for a while when you were explaining about the break keyword. Just very fast, can you just run it down?
Okay.
I might catch it.
That's fine. The break keyword. So the break keyword, it stops the loop completely. Okay, let me remove the comments. Okay. So here we have a for loop, right? That goes with the range function that tells Python start counting from 1 and stop counting at 10, right? So when this block of code runs, when it's done running, it's going to assign it's going to assign a number to this temporary variable code number, right? So it can be 1 2 3 4, right? Then this if statement is going to run. If number is equal to 5, break. If the number is not equal to 5, print that number. So it will run the first time. The number is 1. Then it will check if number is equal to 5. No, it's not. It will print the number. Then it comes again. The number is now 2. is number equal to 5? No, it's not. It's going to print the number 3, 4. It does the same, it prints them. But then the number is now 5. If number is equal to 5, yes, it's equal to 5. Which means it's true. Then it breaks, it stops the loop. So this print statement is not going to run. Right? So remember, we had told it start counting from 1 to 10. But since if number is equal to 5 breaks, it stopped the loop. So which means 6, 7, 8, 9, it didn't matter. It's not the for loop is not going to run again because we stopped it using the break keyword.
Okay.
So the
I get it.
Okay, so the break keyword stops the loop completely. Right. And then the continue keyword, it skips 110, then it keeps on going.
Okay.
Right. So
I get it.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay. So in summary, for here's Mr. Lupangwa.
I'm so sorry, sir. I just wanted to confirm for the while loop. I understand when we're using the for loop, we're referring to a temporary variable. Just to confirm, does the while loop have a temporary value, or count is equal to 1 is like a permanent variable, or yeah?
No. Okay. Let me.
For a count loop, for a while loop, for the for we said temporary, for in what.
So, unlike a for loop, a while loop doesn't have a temporary variable because we're already working with count. This count was already set at the top. It already had a value before. So this is a permanent variable.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
it's only a for loop that has a temporary variable.
Yeah, better. Good.
Okay. So in summary, for what we learned today, a loop repeats code automatically, right? A for loop repeats a set number of times, or goes through a list or any data structure that we're dealing with. A while loop repeats while loop repeats while a condition is true. Break stops the loop completely. Continue skips 110 and then continues with the for loop. Okay. So we all understood how all these work. Right.
Yep.
So tomorrow we're going to look at more Python data structures. So that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.
Say one more question. Messi or Ronaldo?